Neighbors in Montecito claim Sussex is bankrupt. Meghan and Harry secretly contacted the realtor to sell the mansion. Somebody who lives near Harry and Meghan's home gave us a pretty specific view of them on the brink of crisis. Now, this person reported, I lived in Santa Barbara for a year and it's money town. Montecito is the rich neighborhood of a rich town, so you can imagine the kind of money it takes just to live there. Plus, they are in California, where the state and local governments are constantly ratifying new taxes and raising old taxes. Also, living as a celebrity is a job by itself, with daily makeup, hair, wardrobe, social media, being seen at the right places with the right people, and always having to be prepared to be ambushed by the paparazzi. Meghan cannot ever be seen running into a Walmart to get some tampons. Her assistant is going to do that while she's shopping in Whole Foods, peeking out the trendy organic brands that can fit in exactly two cloth grocery bags that perfectly coordinate with her casual, unplanned, everyday outfit. In my opinion, being a celebrity sounds horrible. I mean, I'd rather clean some chicken poop out of hen houses than be a real celebrity. Apparently, not only have Meghan and Harry been fired from multiple jobs, but a lot of the content they put out has been debunked. Not only is their money stream drying up, but pretty soon they're going to be getting hit with breach of contract lawsuits. And it seems like one of the big reasons why Meghan was fired from Spotify was that actually she had an assistant do all those interviews with the guests, and then later on she dubbed in her voice. And then we got to remember that Hollywood is experiencing this actors and writers strike right now. Streaming services are right in the middle of all this mess. The production companies have publicly declared that they're trying to wait out the actors and writers' strikes, even to the point of cutting down shade trees where picket lines have been, so the protesters cannot have shade in the LA heat. Of course, production companies only want to negotiate with top talent, and Meghan and Harry certainly don't fit the bill. Meghan would still be able to make some money playing the race card, except for the problem that she really upset Oprah and Tyler Perry. And if you upset two of the biggest black pop culture icons, especially if you are a black woman, then you may as well be walking around wearing Klan sheets. In the Commonwealth, Harry has made such a pariah out of himself. He has shown that he's a big security risk, and who would want this drunken man and this junkie around their children anyway? Meghan and Harry are running out of money quickly. Charles understands the only way to get Harry and the grandkids back in the fold is to refuse to bail them out. And apparently, any time that he's considering wavering on his resolve, Princess Anne is right there. She controls Harry's trust, and boy, is she steely. If Charles even flinches, Anne is right there to warn him that our mother coddled and bailed out Andrew, and now he's got warrants for his arrest by foreign governments for pedophilia on Epstein Island. Anne is there to remind Charles that Harry actually married an Epstein yacht girl, so if he does anything to give in to Harry's demands, things are going to get a lot worse. Actually, I love to think about Meghan Markle, that yacht girl, out there flipping burgers and having to scrub the floors. Clearly, that's never going to happen. And I say that because I'm sure after she dumps Harry, she's going to find some new rich idiot to marry. But anyway, long story short, Harry and Meghan are broke, and things are getting even worse for them financially. And back to that Olive Garden McMansion they live in. I expect the cost of maintaining such a big home really shocked them because neither of them have owned or even been responsible for the upkeep of a home before. They may have even become worried that they might be running out of money. At least Harry never had to worry about a budget, and Meghan has not had one of such vast expenses before. It's not only that a budget has never been a concern for Harry, but as I understand it, he never even needed to handle cash itself. I guess that's just too vulgar for a member of the royal family, for a prince like Harry. Every financial dealing just magically gets handled by somebody else. I suspect that this Montecito experience is going to be a big eye-opener for him. And he is going to have to get with it if he's going to earn enough cash to pay for their ridiculously extravagant lifestyle. And of course, that goes for Meghan too. I assume, though, that is the price they're going to need to pay for finding freedom and trying to thrive in Hollywood. It's weird, though, because I would have assumed that Meghan Markle would have understood financial realities a little better, but it also seemed like she thought that marrying Harry automatically put her in line for the throne somehow, and it came with a lifetime supply of as much money as she wanted, so I guess that would be expecting a little too much of her. She really overestimated the wealth that would be coming their way, and she also underestimated the royal family's financial support. And if we remember that Oprah interview, well, that was what Harry was all upset about. He was upset that his father dared to cut him off financially when he was in his 30s and apparently even quit taking his calls. So we were expected to feel sorry for them because they only had the 10 million or so pounds that Diana left him. My goodness, the entitlement is astounding. The thing that Harry never seems to consider, though, is that if his parents had stayed together, there wouldn't have been any money for this escape. Diana only had that money because it was part of her divorce settlement. And we're supposed to feel sorry for Harry because his father stopped paying him for the job that he decided to quit and left him to find the independence that they claimed they wanted, including financial independence. They remind me of that old joke about the child who leaves home to be independent, leaves a forwarding address for the allowance, and expects to be allowed to drop off his dirty laundry on Thursday and then pick it all up on Friday. And another source has said there were absolutely no selling transactions on this property for years. The name of the owner and taxpayer is the same for years also, and it is not them, so if they would have lived there, why would they have rented another property to film their idiotic Netflix docu? Why always rent another property to show how they live every day? Why lying? CPS went several times and they found no kids living there. So all this lying behavior brings a load of questions. Indeed, clearly another of their long line of deceptive smoke and mirrors, sponging off others, skidding by on the backs of anyone they can effectively use to their advantage by playing the victim. Contemptible, odious, and criminal. We all know there are a couple of entitled con artists. Harry never had to pay for anything with his own money, and Meghan is always going to find some man to pay her bills. So it looks like Meghan and Harry can't stay in one place. They're just moving from one place to another. They're always on the lookout for the next idiot who's going to offer them some rent-free mansion to live in. What is wrong with Harry, though? I mean, what is he thinking going along with all these schemes? When does a willfully wrong scheme become a tax evader, a Ponzi scheme, for example, a thief, or maybe a cheat? When can we say for sure that the line of right and wrong has officially been crossed? I mean, is it just about how somebody can get away with it before they get caught? Why does ethics apply to everybody except Harry and Meghan? Is it because they killed their conscience and they destroyed their moral code, maybe? These are big questions that they need to consider. And you, what do you think about them? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments. If you preferred our video today, don't be afraid to like and share with your friends and relatives who like it anytime you want. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.